You've heard about all of the magical benefits: weight loss, glowing skin, digestion, better sleep, and maybe thinking about putting it in your coffee. But yeah, don't do that. No, really. If you're sitting there thinking, why isn't castor oil working for me? Or worse yet, what if I mess it up? Don't worry, you are not alone. Here's the deal. Castor oil, it is pretty incredible, but only if you know how to use it right. And guess what? A lot of folks are unknowingly sabotaging their results because they don't know how to use it right. I know, because I was one of them. Are you? So today we're breaking down the 5 most common castor oil mistakes that might be slowing you down and, dare I say, holding you back from those glorious #castor oil wins. And pay attention, because I have a bonus tip for you that could absolutely change everything. So be sure you stick around for that. Let's get into it. Okay, first mistake, and this one might sting a little. The first mistake would be improper storage. I see you with that castor oil cloth lying in your bathroom on the counter with all the germs and what have you attracting to it. Oh no, that's not you? Oh, you have it in the bathroom on the counter in the package it came in. The original package it came in. As wonderful and magical as castor oil is, engaging in this behavior is absolutely the first mistake you're making that is hindering the benefits that you could get from using castor oil. That cloth that we use when we're doing our castor oil packs, putting it over our livers, or even when we're just using castor oil in our belly buttons, but we put the cloth over it to make sure it doesn't spill all out and ruin our sheets and our pajamas and all of that stuff. That cloth is best stored not in your bathroom, not on the counter, but in a cool place. So think refrigerator. That is the best place to put the cloth that you use with castor oil. Now, before you go and grab it and toss it in the refrigerator and think, great, I'm on track, I'm ready to get all these castor oil benefits, let's not leave it in the package, that plastic package that it came in. No, we don't want to do that. Just like the contents of castor oil is best in a glass bottle, the cloth that we use with that castor oil is best stored in a glass container, a glass mason jar. Take your castor oil cloth, put it in that, and store it in the refrigerator. But here's the kicker. Even if you are storing the castor oil cloth in the right way, how mindful are you of regularly replacing that cloth? Or are you secretly running some kind of science experiment? Look, I get it. It is so easy to over reuse things because we don't want to waste things nowadays. I mean, with eggs costing $500,000, and then we just get over trading in our birthrights for toilet paper. So I get it. Being frugal, that's important. Making sure our coins are doing what they're supposed to do when we need them to do it, making everything stretch, right? We're good at that. But seriously, think about it. If you injured yourself and they put that cloth bandage on you with the gauze, that cotton, that needs to be replaced often. The gauze, however, you can reuse that a few times. But if that gauze happens to come into contact with any of the fluids that come from the injury that you had, it leaked through the cloth, then you are more apt to clean that cloth, toss it, replace it, but you're not going to continue to use that cloth that now has the infected things on top on your skin as you're trying to heal and recover, right? Same goes with the cloth that we use for castor oil. Ideally, it is best for us to replace the castor oil cloth. It says right here, discard after approximately 20 uses or 2 months. Which leads me to mistake number 2. Let's talk about the actual bottle of castor oil that's either in your medicine cabinet or your linen closet. You know, the one you bought last year, year before last. Do you even know when you purchased it? I hate to break it to you, but castor oil is not like fine wine. It does not get better with time. Castor oil absolutely has an expiration date. I am good at buying stuff, stocking it up, thinking I'm going to be using it a lot. And then life happens and I get off schedule with some things and I don't use the things up as often. And then I go and I look and yeah, they're expired. Castor oil, we need to check the date to make sure it is still viable for us to use. Like most things, once they get closer to their expiration date, their potency lessens hence their effectiveness lessens. And that could be one of the reasons why when you use castor oil, it's not giving you all the feel goods. And another thing to be mindful of is that using expired products could cause irritation. We want to have good cleansing effects when we're putting it on our liver and our belly buttons, on our eyebrows. However we're using it externally, we absolutely want it to do what we desired it to do without causing distress for us. So check the expiration date on your castor oil. Even if you just ordered it, check the expiration date. Mistake number 3. If you are an overachiever like me, this is absolutely for you. You heard castor oil was great, so you dived in head first. You're doing castor oil packs, putting it in your belly button, rubbing it on your eyebrows, using it for your eyelashes, putting it on your knees to get rid of pain. You're putting it in all the bits and parts and pieces. But here's the thing. We don't want to do that. Castor oil is like that first date. When you first meet that person, you're not telling them your whole life story. You absolutely don't want to hear their whole life story. You're still feeling things out, catching the vibe, trying to see how things work. Hopefully, that's how we should do the dating thing. Same goes with castor oil. When we start out with castor oil, we absolutely want to take that first date approach, trying it in one area, listening to our body, seeing how it responds. Okay, then maybe we merge over to the next area. Repeat that process. When I tell you that if you decide I got 5 problems and I'm using castor oil to solve 6 of them, you are not going to be very happy at the end of it. Go slow. Use castor oil for one purpose only. Allow yourself to recover, heal from that. And then if there's an additional area that you want to try castor oil out in, use it there and follow through with that process. But do not use castor oil like it's Johnson & Johnson's baby oil, because it's not. So you can ignore it if you want to, but don't say I didn't tell you so, because I did. Mistake number 4. You know what doesn't work? Using castor oil once and expecting magic. Sometimes we can have really high expectations in the wrong places, at the wrong times, for the wrong things. Granted, depending on how and why you're using castor oil, you might get that initial first time, ooh, it did the thing. But realistically, whatever it is that we're working on, dealing with, it's been there for a time. It's going to take some time for it to back it up. When I struggled with hair loss, I used castor oil to help me regrow my hair. It didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen in a week. It actually took 6 months before there was good, healthy, viable hair growth there. And I had to be consistent in my use of it in order to see the results. I'm 53. At this stage in life, I have got to practice a little bit more patience. I have been here long enough. I understand that time is important. And things that take time, they're worth it. Now, the way my digestion is set up, castor oil and I, we have a date every week. I will be doing myself and my health a huge disservice if I use castor oil only on a whim. Then there's the flip side of things, because life happens. You might miss a few days, a couple of weeks even, and think, oh shoot, I'll just put it to the back burner. I'm not even going to worry about it. I'll just deal with whatever I'm dealing with, and I'll just deny myself the benefits of castor oil. Maybe not. Just simply get back on track. Get back on track, but start at the beginning. Don't jump in full on with what you were doing before. Go back to the beginning and start slow. Mistake number 5. This one is personal. I remember the first time I tried castor oil and felt, let's just say, movement. I freaked out a little. I'm lying. I freaked out a lot. I for sure thought I had done something wrong, messed something up. I saw my life literally flash before my eyes. With each trip, back and forth, that trip, I kept saying, ooh, once this stops, I am never, ever going to do this again. And yet, here I am still using castor oil and talking to you about it. What happened? What changed? After a few tearful conversations with my practitioner, I was clued in to the fact that castor oil activates our body's natural cleansing process, a process that happens by way of elimination, urination, sweat, crying. The thing is, after her assurance, then I was able to recognize that that cleansing process was not something to fear. It was actually something to embrace. Be joyful of the fact that my body, the organs, the functions, all of the things were doing what they were supposed to do, which is why I always advise you to talk to your healthcare practitioner before using castor oil. And here's the bonus tip I mentioned earlier on. Not all castor oil is created equal. That $2 bottle of castor oil that you got from the hair supply store, those kinds of oils might be causing you more harm than good. I'm not saying that we need to break the bank when it comes to castor oil, but we absolutely want to buy from a reputable company. Low quality castor oil could be filled with impurities that could irritate and agitate your skin and slow down your progress. So save time and save money by getting the right kind of castor oil here. I'll see you here next.